Hello, my name's Tim, my company is Sports and Touring, and we are Jaguar F-Type specialists. Over the years, Jaguar have offered the F-Type in a very wide variety of colours, some dark tones, some light tones, some sombre tones and some more dynamic tones. And among that wide range, a few have really stood out for the way that they engage the eye of passers-by. The people on the pavement as you drive along turn their heads when you're in a car which is, for example, fire sand orange or Italian racing red. And it's particularly true for this colour, only available in the last few years. It's called Bluefire, and it is one of the most beautiful paints to put on what is already a very beautiful body design. I'm particularly excited to have this car here then, first because it's Bluefire, second because it's in amazing condition, third it's on fabulous Volution style wheels in technical grey with diamond turned faces which really add to the look, and I am very excited now to show you around. So this being one of the final production run, the second facelift with these large changes to the front end, this F-Type has that big air intake grille on the nose and the narrower headlamps, very reminiscent of a Jaguar's eyes staring at you from the undergrowth. And beneath those, one of my favourite features of this nose is this intake grille here with that beautiful blade that runs down from the outboard upper corner towards the centre of the car like so. And of course we have the design pack splitter there and side skirts, all adding up to a very engaging look. It's a look that speaks of power and speed and aerodynamics. Reflected as well, the aerodynamics particularly in these revised bonnet vents and power vents on the side. And together with the rear end of the car, largely untouched through the two facelifts that the F-Type had during its lifetime. And the rear end is all about power to the road. It's about rear-wheel drive and those big haunches covering the wide tyres, which are there to put down the torque, acceleration, and power and speed, all adding up there as part of the very engaging driving experience reflected in the body design. The wheels, as I say, Volution pattern, very fine wheels. These are freshly refurbished in technical grey and then diamond turned on the faces and of course lacquered. They're wearing the correct Pirelli P0 tyres as specified by Jaguar. And as we come round to the back, I can mention some of the little design features again. The badges, that beautiful Jaguar Leaper badge there on the deployable spoiler. We've got the rear splitter and that splendid exhaust tailpipe. And coming round to the driver's side of the car again, you can see, I hope, the quality of the paintwork on this particular example is wonderful. We're very fussy here indeed. We have built our reputation, I dare say, on the quality of our vehicles and our customer service. And this F-Type stands very, very well shoulder to shoulder with the others in our stock. The way it's been maintained and cared for has clearly been exceptional. Okay, we've taken a tour around the outside. Let's go next into the cockpit. We'll supply the car, of course, with two remote key fobs and the owner's documentation. And to unlock, just press the button on the fob there. The door handle deploys, the power fold mirrors move out into position. And I'll point out as well, there's this handy little light under the door handle there, which shines down onto the pavement to help you avoid any puddles that may be in your way. So pull the handle out and we can look into this beautiful cockpit environment. Starting perhaps with the door card, this interior finished in jet or ebony, black basically in Jaguar's world. They've used various words for it over the production run of the F-Type. You can see, I hope, that everything here, the actual material itself, the stitching and so forth are in fabulously good order. This car, of course, has the Meridian sound system and fully electric seats, fore, aft, up and down and recline, all on electric motors. As we pan round, we have the tread plate, which is in sensationally good condition, unblemished, I dare say, with the R-Dynamic logo on. And then we come to these seats, beautiful sports seats with the centre sections in perforated leather, and they are in fabulous order, by the way. You might expect to see some wear on the bolsters here on the side from people getting in and out, but they are in fabulously good condition. Okay, we'll sit down into the car now, and I always point out that we're in an environment here which is a mix of art and science. It's both brilliantly engineered and sumptuously engaging to sit in. The design touches around the cockpit are exquisitely well done. In more detail, we've got a handy little stowage net there between the two headrests. Then the armrest there lifts up to reveal twin USB sockets for your electronics and a micro SIM card slot for some mobile data. We've got a 12-volt socket there as well. Forward of that, and we've got the twin cup holders with a little recess to take one of those small drinks cans. And then forward from there to the centre console, and to examine this properly, we'll start up the engine, the 2-litre turbocharged Jaguar power plant. So as we do that, you'll see the instrument binnacle come to life, and then the centre air vent will rise up into position. So I've got my foot on the brake, my finger on the start button, and there we are. We are in action. You can see there the centre air vent coming up correctly into the operating position, and we come down to the center console here, where we're going to look at the switch pack at the back here, and we start with the Eco's stop start defeat button. That prevents the engine turning off at the traffic lights, basically. Then we've got a button for the deployable rear spoiler. I can show you, if I pan the camera around, the spoiler's down at the moment. Press the button and it comes up, and then press and hold and it goes down again. That happens automatically at 70, and it goes up at 70, comes down at 54 when you're driving, but you can put it up and down with the button as well. Traction control button there to switch the TC off, and next to it the switchable active sports exhaust. So that is the valve in the exhaust system which opens to let the exhaust gases flow more freely, and therefore gives you a throatier engine note. From there, we've got the electronic parking brake with hill start assist. Takes care of itself, really. You don't need to release it as you drive off. It will release for you when the car starts to move forward under your instruction. Then we come to the media on, off and volume control knob there, and next to that, one of the features of the F-Type cockpit, this beautiful shift stick trigger on the front there which activates it, and then you can put it into drive mode like so, and from drive mode across into sports gearbox mode. There you can see the S is the light next to the S is illuminated, and in sports mode you can shift up and down using the shift stick like so. Of course, always available are the aluminium paddles here on the steering wheel either side, so that you can keep your hands on the wheel and shift up and down as you wish. Okay, back to the shift stick, and to select park, just tap the button on the top there and it will take care of that for you, and indeed apply the parking brake there as well. Then we come to the driving mode selector switch, and this switch is spring-loaded to the center position. We're in standard or vanilla mode at the moment. We can go forward into rain, ice and snow mode. You can see there on the dashboard that we've got a picture of the F-Type driving in snow to illustrate that we're now in rain, ice and snow mode. It calms the car down, particularly softens the throttle map to help you avoid spinning the rear wheels in very slippery circumstances. Back into standard or vanilla mode, and then rearwards into dynamic or tutti frutti driving mode. You can see there that the instrument binnacle backlighting has turned red to indicate that we are in dynamic mode, with the car set up for a more engaged driving experience. Sharper throttle response, a different ECU map and so forth in play when you're in dynamic driving mode. Okay, back across the center console, and here we've got the climate control functions. So auto climate, air conditioning, timed recirculation, then we've got the hazard lights, and over here we've got the front and rear window demist, and then the electric front demist on the windscreen. So that's these tiny wires which run through the glass and heat the windscreen up so efficiently in cold weather. An absolute boon for the British winter. Next, we've got the temperature selectors, and we have dual zone climate in this car, so passenger dials in their temperature there and the driver dials in his or her temperature here. And in the middle there we have the fan control, so that if you wish to take manual control of the fan speed, you can. I tend just to leave the system in auto and it will take care of itself. Up to this beautiful big screen now, and you can see we're on the home page here with navigation, media and phone. We can swipe to find the My Home 1 page. This is where you can customize the page with your own shortcuts, your own buttons to reflect the things you use most frequently. So your favorite radio station, for example, or satellite navigation, Take Me Home or whatever. Back to the main home page and navigation. It's a beautiful display. You can see that we're not signed into the car at the moment. We can talk you through that if you purchase the car and how to associate yourself with it and how In Control works and so forth. Tapping there brings up the full map display, and you can see if we zoom out a little, it's a big, crisp, clear display. Very easy to program, very easy to understand. I get great feedback from the F-Type satellite navigation. Media, we've got FM and AM radio options if we go there, and online media. Now if we had a phone connected, which you ordinarily would, you'd also have Bluetooth media here, so you can play Spotify, BBC Sounds or whatever it is that you like from your mobile device. Okay, back to the home screen, and we have of course Bluetooth telephony there, and then swiping again you'll see that we have climate, cameras, valet mode, CarPlay and Android Auto. I haven't got a phone plugged in to show you that now, but have a look at the photos and you will see Apple CarPlay in use with the screen here replicating the apps on your phone, and it's a brilliant system. I always engage it if I'm in a car with CarPlay, and it makes it so easy to use those apps on your phone while on the move. Okay, we'll go back to the home screen again and come now to the steering wheel, and you can see on the left hand thumb cluster here we've got the infotainment controls and Bluetooth telephony button. On the right hand thumb cluster we've got the cruise control and active speed limiter and the electrically heated steering wheel. Brilliant in the winter, it warms up so swiftly and keeps your hands toasty if you've been out of the car in the cold weather. Switch it on straight away and it'll be an absolute boon in keeping you warm. Left hand stalk there we've got the trip computer indicators and automatic headlamps, and over on the right hand one we've got the rain sensitive wipers. And then looking at this beautiful big display, we can configure the display in different ways. So if I go here, for example, to layout, you will see that we can have the 1-dial display as we have at the moment, or the 2-dial display there, and again we get rid of the menu there and you'll see that, and we can have satellite navigation, for example, in that middle of the display there. And if we go to info panel like so and go map, that will do that, and then you're driving along with the map display to you right in front of you. Or particularly helpful I find if you're driving in a city is to have the full navigation, full map display in front of you, and this shows you precisely where you are in busy city traffic with the whole map, the whole display in front of you showing the map and turns coming up ahead and so forth. Absolutely brilliant. Then to round off, just by my right knee here, we've got the boot release, the lane keep assist, rear fog light and the dimmer for the instrument panel. And down there you can see my foot is on the brake because we were in drive mode a moment ago, but you can see we have the stainless steel pedal pack on this car, another lovely piece of design. And as we've looked around the cockpit, I hope you've seen everything is in just stunningly good order. It is unblemished, unmarked. There is nothing to remark upon negatively anywhere in this cockpit, and that is testament to the care with which this car's drivers and passengers have treated it over its short life so far. Okay, we'll switch the engine off and take a look in the boot. So for a two-seat sports car, Jaguar gave the F-Type a colossal boot space, I dare say. Over 300 litres, plenty of room for your sports gear, your holiday gear. Friends of mine have done 7 weeks touring Europe in an F-Type with no problems at all. Yes, it's a slightly unusual space, so if you are going touring, I'd recommend that you get hold of one of those specially designed bespoke luggage sets, which makes perfect use of the space and looks very stylish on the steps of the hotel as well. There is under the boot floor here a handy little stowage where you can put your driving bits and pieces. For example, if you're going to Europe, you need all of those safety things that they insist upon there. And by the way, the condition here, everything is very, very fine. No marks, no blemishes, no stains, no unpleasant odours anywhere in the boot space. And we can close the tailgate now. You'll see that it does its final locking manoeuvre itself there. You may have just have heard the motor engaging there to lock the boot down. We've got two-stage unlocking enabled on this car, so I need to press the button a second time there, and that unlocks the passenger door. And then we can take in the door card, which I dare say is perfect as it left the factory. Likewise, the tread plate is unblemished, and the dashboard, carpet and matte, centre console, and this beautiful sports seat with its lovely leather finish, all in perfect condition. Next stop then on our tour is there underneath the bonnet. So there is the sizable bonnet, a feature of the F-Type, which is there for various reasons, but in particular beloved of technicians because it makes access into this engine bay really easy. You put a protective rubber mat over the side here and they're straight in and over the engine, which of course is covered with a plastic cover here. Taking that off is the work of just a couple of seconds, and that gives you access to everything either side of the engine. So the 2-litre Ingenium petrol with the turbocharger, we'll look at that in a moment, producing 300 PS, just less than 300 horsepower in old money, and driving this F-Type through the fabulous ZF 8-speed gearbox from 0 to 60 in just 5.4 seconds and on to a top speed of 155 miles per hour. And there, nestling beside the engine, is the turbocharger. That is the device which feeds the engine its air and enables it to produce so much power and torque. But this is not a numbers car. I always make this point at this moment in our videos. The F-Type is about the way that you feel as a driver and I dare say as an owner. It's the beauty of the look, but more than that, it is the way you feel at the wheel when you are driving the car and the connection it makes for you between you and your machine and the road and your journey along it. And that is the exquisite thing that makes owning and driving an F-Type so very special. You can see, by the way, everything in the engine bay in fabulously good condition. Nothing to remark upon here at all. It's main dealer and independent service history, and we will be servicing the car as well, ready for its next keeper to enjoy it, as I have no doubt that they will. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been a huge pleasure to show you this beautiful F-Type. We're Sports and Touring. We're just outside Andover in Hampshire, open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to telephone, email or WhatsApp us if you've got any questions about the car, or if you'd like to see it either in person or by video call. It'll be a pleasure to send you a link to the Google Drive. That's our online folder with higher resolution images which you can zoom in on, and PDF copies of important documents. If you've got a car to dispose of on your buying journey, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you'd like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA, and we work with a really brilliant broker. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews in Auto Trader. I'm very proud indeed of the things our previous customers say about us. And I'll close by saying thank you again. Feel free to like and subscribe to us here on YouTube, and we will look forward to hearing from you very soon. Contact details are coming next.